just a vehicle fire. And so there's going to be a drone video that plays to my left again. You'll see as the fire initially, they covered it with the tarp to try to get it to go out. Once the fire went out through the suppression efforts of the fire department, you'll see some of the evidence in the back of the vehicle. So those are gasoline canisters. They are camp fuel canisters and large firework mortars. What I also would like you to pay attention to on that video, as you see that, it looks like the exterior of that truck is completely intact as it sits there. The fact that this was a Cybertruck really limited the damage that occurred inside of the valet, because it had most of the blast go up through the truck and out. In fact, if you look on that video, you'll see that the front glass doors at the Trump hotel were not even broken by that blast, which they were parked directly in front of. You can see that in the video there.
New details. Let's listen in.
Area valet of the Trump International Hotel. Very quickly thereafter that, the driver, who was the sole occupant of the truck, we saw what looked like maybe some sort of smoke, and then the truck exploded.
A few moments later.
This has been a sort of interesting development. You know, the images of the Cybertruck parked outside the Las Vegas Trump property went viral. You know, sort of, I think people thought it was an accident and that no one was hurt. And so there was a sort of bizarre symbolism in that it was a Cybertruck, it was out Trump. As it's developed, it seems that this is being taken far more seriously. What have we learned about what authorities know and how they're investigating this?
Right, Chris. So according to the reporting of myself, my colleagues Andrew Blankstein and Kelly O'Donnell, right now, 3 senior U.S. law enforcement officials say that this explosion of a Tesla Cybertruck, kind of in the portico there where you saw that smoke rising from in front of Trump's property in Las Vegas, is being investigated, at least initially, as a potential act of, and that it was, quote, intentional.
Yes, we have major breaking news. One dead after Tesla Cybertruck catches fire outside Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. According to this article, 1 person died and 7 more were injured on Wednesday when a Tesla truck caught fire and exploded outside Trump Las Vegas Hotel. Authorities said, when you take a look at the information I've just gotten, I realized this looked like it is connected with what we saw during the day. It is extremely important we take an exclusive look into what is going on. Elon Musk released a statement pertaining to this. I'm going to show you what he said. But before I do that, first take a look at this clip.
Multiple law enforcement sources now telling NBC News that the Tesla Cybertruck that burst into flames outside of the Trump International Hotel in Vegas is being looked into as a possible terror attack. You're looking at video of what happened right here. We now know, let's bring that video up, guys, if we can. We now know at least 1 person is dead and 7 others are hurt. Those sources also telling us the Cybertruck was rented on the same service used by the suspect in New Orleans. Tesla CEO Elon Musk reacting today on X saying, quote, this, the whole Tesla senior team is investigating this matter and that they've never seen anything like this. I want to bring in Emily Ikeda, who's been on this for us throughout the afternoon. I mean, this is also this kind of fast developing story happening on the same day as this horrendous terror attack in New Orleans. Of course, as of this very moment, important to reiterate, there is no connection between the two. Nonetheless, now being investigated also in Vegas as a terror attack.
Yeah, we have now confirmed that the explosion was caused by very large fireworks or a bomb carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck, and is unrelated to the vehicle itself. All vehicle telemetry was positive at the time of the explosion. Elon Musk's first tweet, the whole Tesla senior team is investigating this matter right now. We'll post more information as soon as we learn anything. That is what he updated, pertaining to the whole situation.
Yeah, we started to get a sense for the degree of seriousness of the situation when you start to see the expanding number of resources focusing and investigating the Cybertruck explosion and fire. There's the FBI that's involved on top of the local law enforcement agencies, the fire agencies. The governor has been monitoring this as well. So as you had just mentioned, we're now learning from several law enforcement sources that this is being investigated as a possible terror attack, that officials believe at this time that it was intentional, though the motive at this point still remaining unclear. Those sources telling us that the person killed was the driver of the cyber attack. 7 others, as we have been reporting throughout the day, sustained minor injuries. Several people transported to the hospital. The sheriff says that police and fire first received reports of a vehicle fire and explosion around 8:40 local time this morning. The fire department responding within just a few minutes, 4 minutes, they say. And the sheriff also pointing out that the 2024 Cybertruck pulled up to the front glass doors of the Trump Hotel and it started smoking. Shortly thereafter, there was an explosion and fire. Witnesses describe hearing a really loud sound, bangs, explosions, and then many of them have been evacuated from the hotel. They are still, while the fire is out, they're still urging people to avoid that area. We expect to get more information from law enforcement later today with another news conference expected. But throughout the day, they've been acknowledging a couple of things. Look at the timing, right? It's in the hours in the wake of this terrible tragedy in New Orleans. 2, the location. You can see that Cybertruck just outside of Trump Hotel. This is on the northern end of the Las Vegas Strip. And then also you think about who's related to the Cybertruck. Elon Musk, who you had mentioned earlier, had posted a statement earlier today. He was recently appointed a position in President Trump's second administration. We did also hear from the Trump Organization and President-elect Trump's son. They acknowledged a reported electric vehicle fire, also saying in part the safety and well-being of our guests and staff remain our top priority. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Las Vegas Fire Department and the local law enforcement. As you had mentioned, the Cybertruck was rented. It was rented to an individual, according to sources, for the month of December. It was the same rental company that facilitated the truck rental in New Orleans. But again, we should underscore that officials do not believe these incidents are connected at this time. So a couple questions that I have.
The whole situation is just similar. Someone rented a Cybertruck, which Elon Musk created, loaded it with buttload of fireworks, drove to a Las Vegas hotel owned by the incoming president of the United States, and boom. Yeah, that is an attack, and symbolic one. This is something you cannot even argue. This was to sabotage Elon Musk's business. We all understand exactly. And why is it that the person decided that this will only happen at the Trump Hotel? You can clearly see what is going on here. Elon Musk released this statement appears likely to be an act of terror. Both the Cybertruck and the F-150 Cyber in New Orleans were rented from Toro. Perhaps they are linked in some way. That is a response Elon Musk put out. We are waiting to actually get real information from authorities to see exactly what is the end result of this, because this is extremely concerning.
That source also revealed what was inside the truck: explosives that included fireworks, gas tanks, and camping fuel. And authorities believe that that was connected to a detonation system controlled by the driver. We're also hearing this same sentiment from Elon Musk, who tweeted out that they have now confirmed that the explosion was caused by very large fireworks and or carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck, and is unrelated to the vehicle itself. So he was clear to say that this was not an issue with the Cybertruck. And the sheriff also earlier said that they are checking for secondary devices. They're investigating many different leads, but he was clear to say that there does not appear to be any further threat to the Las Vegas community.
By now you've all heard that a Cybertruck full of fireworks has exploded in front of a Trump hotel in Las Vegas. Las Vegas police are saying that it's an act of terrorism too. Catch that? This comes just after last night when the New Year's Eve party on Bourbon Street was interrupted by a madman in a truck that drove into them, so being labeled as an act of terrorism. This whole Cybertruck thing outside Trump's hotel, like, this is interesting because this is very obviously a message. The timing of things is so sus with this, because as it sits right now, Elon Trump and Donald Trump's relationship, their friendship, is being questioned by both folks on the left who are saying that, well, it's Elon actually running the country and they're best friends and Elon's the one that's doing all this. And people on the right, because this last week, Elon Musk came out and he had stripped a bunch of the content creators on X's blue check marks and their monetization for what they're saying is their criticism of him in regards to his immigration stance. Anyway, that whole hubbub had caused a bunch of people on the right, to come out and really just go to town on Elon Musk and then on Donald Trump for picking Elon Musk to be a part of Doge. And now a Tesla truck has blown up in front. I mean, there was in the truck, it wasn't like inconspicuous. It was right in front of the cameras. It was right in front of the people. The driver of the truck had passed away. There were about 10 other people that were hurt, but there's no updates on their status yet. But this was absolutely sending a message. And a lot of people believe that this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until Inauguration Day. See more attacks like this. You're going to see it. And again, that's a lot of speculation, but I can see where they're coming from with it. Over the last 4 years, it has been proven, it's been put out there, that there have been a lot of people that have come over the border from other countries that are very, 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 very evil people who have the intention on doing very, very, very evil things while they're here as soon as the call is put out. People believe that that was a part of what happened last night on Bourbon Street, and I'm almost guaranteed that that is a part of what happened today with the Tesla truck. There was no... there's no conspiracy or anything around that. That was an obvious message from somebody. Nice to you. Stay out of large crowds. They aren't.
Thank you guys for always been there sharing out my videos. If you notice, for the past 3 days, I'm not able to put out videos like I do before. Reasons: I took up break. I've been posting video from January to now, non-stop. At least I should have 3 to 4 days to rest. We are entering 2025. I should be able to resume work, and post every day like never before.
That's what he should be doing now. But to me, it's a little rich coming from somebody who we've seen time and time again eating McDonald's.
I know. Well, just something's going to be like a dome over all 50 states of these drones.
It could be
and they're
something
all
like
doing
that.
it. Well, why not? I mean, stranger things have happened.
Went like, how dare you? Do you even know what an audit is? And I'm like,
women and so many men are
theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
I've never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Now it's time to unite everybody.
I want you to know what would change after doing this.
Comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great.
Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that
the election.
If I look at the big picture, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to work on this. No matter what's going on out there in the world, of course, the worst things could happen.
So we fell short.